So I just think it's funny that um real quick, man, I ain't got too much to say honestly. You know, I'm over here working, trying to work on some things. Um but I just find it funny. I'm a part of this group. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking to myself, I was like, the one word to describe black women, and we know not all black women, right? Don't we know that? We know. Oh, okay. We know that. I was like, difficult, difficult. And everybody got their shit, bro. Everybody got their shit. But I just find it funny that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm in this group, right? I'm in this group, and I ain't gonna put this on the black women in general. I'm really not doing that. But I'm in this group, right? And, like, you know, this like meetup app, like group or whatever. And like, we got our own group chat. We got the women and the men all up in the group together. And then the we got the women and the men, and then we got the men who have their own separate, and I'm pretty sure the women got their own separate group too, to say things, talk about women related things without the guys' input. Talk, and for the men to talk about men related things without the women input. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the group most definitely is supposed to have been started. It started by one young black, woman, female, name shall go unannounced or whatever. And so, with that being said, my role in the group is like I'm the guy. I can't get to no events because it's Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday when everybody want to go out and party and drink and shit like that. I'm the fucking entertainer, so I gotta work. I gotta go DJ and do my thing. You get what I'm saying? So I miss a lot of times that they go out. I miss like a lot of events. I've only probably been to like two events. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, um, so I have to catch like a Sunday or something, a day that like, fellas, y'all want to get out? Okay, yeah, y'all getting out tonight? All right, cool deal. So, like I say, with that being said, I I'm still in the group, and it's good stuff, amongst men and women, and they wake up, good morning, motivational little memes and shit like that, inspirational little memes and quotes and stuff that they might share. And they talk about certain topics that might come up, if it's a current topic in the world going on. Very interesting, very intelligent, smart group of people, you know what I'm saying? Black folk, a lot of black folk up in this group. Mostly black folk, shit. Probably only like one or two white people that I know, or anything else. Like a white person and a Mexican cat or something like that. But most of these people black. Um, so we in the group, and so over the holidays, sometime over the past week or so, I don't know. I guess they went out. They had a a gathering and stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay, cool deal. But like my notifications going off. Like I turn my notifications off, like for the whole group, the men and the women group. I turn that off because it's just like going all day, going all day, going all day, going all day. And I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? They don't really be talking about that. So I'm like, they. It was this the leader of the main group. She started a male group, right? But she started the male group, so that means she can like look into the group at any point in time and just be like scheming and scamming and like, oh, that's what y'all talking about. Oh, this is what y'all saying. Blah 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 blah. Yep, clearly, like, so I don't, if she was looking into the male group or not, I don't know. Really don't care. Cause it ain't like I'm out there saying no goofy shit about anybody. Um, um, so So she created a male group for the males and added all of the males in that group. So come to find out, like some happened. Anyway, they deleted the male group and started adding the males to another male group, like because they was like, we don't want Nicole. Oop, damn, I dropped the bomb. But anyway, they was like, we don't want her to, we don't want her snitching. We don't want her to like be all up in our business and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We talking about man shit. You know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. So I don't know, something happened over the weekend. You know, I'm working. So my phone's just going off in the mail group. In the new mail group that is created by a male, you know, so nobody knows we have this other male group, I guess, or whatever. So so whoever created the new mail group, like they up in there and they just like clearly some shit that went down about them like going out and hanging out with the group and shit. Like, you know, clearly you have a group, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be interest, people like each other. Oh, who is this? I like her. Oh yeah, that be fine. Or ooh, he fine girl. Or ooh, I like him. Or that, you know, it's gonna be that type of shit because people are attracted to other people. Da da da. Whatever. Yeah, you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like people. That's what we do as people, I guess. You know. So okay. So um, and I don't know. It just made me think like because I'm hearing these guys and like I'm kind of watching them. I'm watching the texts come through or the notifications come through, and they talking about how you know somebody didn't kick somebody out the group, out of the main male and female group, right? Like so somebody got kicked out and they're like, man, she kicked me out for that. That's petty. Blah 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 blah. Whoopty whoopty whoop. You know what I'm saying? And it's so stupid. Like clearly it had been beef. Like somebody done said something that offended somebody. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that told the leader of the group, like, you know, you need to get you a man or something. Blah blah blah. Blah. Like just all kind of little petty ass shit. And he's like, man, this is like some high school shit. You act like high school kids or some shit like this and all of that. And it's just kind of funny to me because I'm like kind of just reading, like I'm reading all this from the male side and just hearing him out and like me, I ain't put no input on nothing because trust, I wasn't there or nothing like that. I don't really know what's going on, so I'm trying to make some sense of what happened and all of this kind of thing. So I'm just like kind of liking the little hearts on the side. I'm like, that's true. Oh yeah. I feel you on that, fellas. Oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you know, so forth and so on. So it's all funny to me. And you know, but then I just start to think, and I'm just like, and this is something that I said even when I got into the group. They had a cookout. We went to the cookout, and you know, for me, it was one of those things. I was just like, I'm not in the business of trying to holler at nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't my MO for getting in the group. My whole purpose for getting in the group was to um actually meet and socialize and you know hopefully build positive and successful and beneficial relationships with people. I ain't getting a group for like, okay, we got women in this group. Oh yeah, let me smash on these hoes. You know what I'm saying? I know that's the quickest way to get out of the group or the quickest way to mess something up. And that, I guess that's just over my years of like, I don't know, like just experiences, life experiences and understanding. You know what I'm saying? I can see full well, like, if you get involved with somebody in this group, like, why would you do that? Because 9 times out of 10, like I say, a lot of relationships don't often work. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you click with somebody, you click with somebody cool. You know what I'm saying? And it was a girl that, you know, that was, I feel like she might have kind of liked me, or she was a cool little chick from somewhere in Baltimore or something like that. And, you know, she was real cool. And, I think I ain't gonna say we clicked because we ain't talk like that, but we had an understanding, I guess. You know, like what I would say, she would be like, yeah, I feel you on that. That makes sense. And what she would say, I'd be like, yeah, I agree on that. When we did have little talks and stuff, you know, outside of her just kind of eyeing me down a couple times. I'm like, okay, but and like I say, these attractive women, attractive men. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like I say, at the end of the day, I know that ain't the way to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that purpose. So I just look at it from a, you know, me just seeing like, how I guess it's kind of some turbulence, I'd call it, between the male and the female uh groups and stuff like that. And so it's beef now. You know what I'm saying? The group first started off is just like, and when I went to the cookout, I could see dudes like they trying to, that's what's on it. They trying to shoot they shot. They trying to get at these people. It's like, you know what I'm saying? They trying to get at each other. Like couple dudes, they shooting their shots. Dudes got to shoot their shots. You get what I'm saying? So really, and my thing is, I'm like, okay, well, y'all kind of fucking this up for yourself in a way. I mean, it's a 2 point party, but I'm like, fucking, like, I'm pretty sure somebody done screwed on somebody. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm kind of like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, fucking fuck something up again. Fucking and fuck something. Because fucking will fuck some shit up. Like, real talk. Like, honestly and truly, fucking will fuck some shit up. Like, you in a group. The group is supposed to be about networking and business success and all of this kind of shit and sharing, knowledge and guidance and advice and, being more social and making friends and shit like that. And I get it, you're going to have people that like each other that just click and they just like, yeah, man, they got together. But what happened when, I'm a futuristic kind of thinking ass nigga. So I'm like, what happened when, you know, this person screw that person and then this person want to get with this person or this person become jealous of that person and this person hook up with that person but don't know that person has screwed that person in the group and that person become good friends with that person, like just all kind of shit like that, like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like me being like who I am, like I say, in my role in the group, I don't say shit. I don't hardly ever say anything. I don't say nothing because it's just like I just like what I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm that nigga who's watching your ass from Facebook and just, I like your post, but I ain't never saying shit. I don't never post nothing for you to say nothing about, really. I don't ever give my opinion in the middle of the group because I just, hey, it is what it is. Like, I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, I know most definitely probably, everybody gonna feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. And I ain't here to debate and really getting the back and forths and, hey, this and that and the third and da 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 da. I'm chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here to enjoy, a group of intellectuals and hopefully meet some cool people, you know what I'm saying, to where, I can learn something in turn, you know what I mean? So a lot of times I just like what I like. And if I don't agree or if I don't like or it's just some basic stuff, I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever, and so I just look at it from the outside looking in and I'm just like, I seen this coming. Because if you could have seen me at the cookout and all of that, it was just like I low key was an introvert outside of like talking to my homeboy that I actually brought there, my homeboy Beeler that I actually went there with, and a couple guys from the first event that I had met and known. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it was times where women was around and they would talk and da 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 da, and I just like, oh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. I would say some funny ass class clown high school shit. You know what I'm saying? People get a kick out of it, and I was on to the next. But it wasn't even a thought in my mind really to just fuck it up because I think in my mind I much more appreciated just the overall vibe and experience of like hanging out with people with like legit, like solid, good hearted, cool, intelligent, smart, funny people. Black folk at that. You know what I'm saying? My job, when I go to my job and shit like that, I be needing to be around people like that. You know what I'm saying? My job don't really consist of them type of people. So, but at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to share that story with y'all. I guess, you know, um, I guess it's one of those lessons where I've reached an age and a point in my life where my experience, I've met a lot of women, but a lot of that shit never really works. A lot of it, you know, and I've felt like this for some time now, where I'd say, some 99% of the women that you meet, you probably ain't gonna be with anyway. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that you meet that you ain't probably gonna be with. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, as a man and the level that and the place where I'm at, I have to question. I have to ask myself. Back in the Gap, it was more so of a meet and greet, smash and pass, whatever the fuck you would want to call it. I've met girls, link up with girls, and hang out with the girls, and do what I do or try to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now, being that I'm a bit older and um I guess a little wiser, you try to see what approach might work best. You know what I'm saying? Like, what works. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly we all have a sexual desire to be slept with, slept on, or sleep with somebody. That's natural for us as humans, I feel like. Um and everybody, I don't think, just has the power just to immediately just jump off a cliff and go celibate or abstinence or whatever, and refrain from sex altogether. But this is most definitely something that I've entertained over the course, over the last over the years of my life, over the last few years for sure, last 2 years or whatever. I'd probably say about 2.5, 3 years probably. I've entertained this thought probably for about 4 years. I actually entertained the thought. Like, I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, celibacy or abstinence or, no sex or whatever, or not, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? So, because like I say, a lot of times it fucks up, it does more harm in relationships than good, I feel like, at times. You know what I mean? Like, you meet a person, and you know, y'all kick it, y'all hang out and whatnot, and shit. It's like, after y'all do what y'all do, we wanted that. We both wanted that, probably, at that time. But after that, it kind of dulls down, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it happens. Like, it just oftentimes, a lot of times, don't work out. And I'm not, I know full well everybody out here just not having intercourse with the person that they would marry or they would, potentially be with for the rest of their life, but they don't know. A lot of times the shit happens so fast. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, we know we want this, if anything else. But just like I say, from my experiences, like, I would just look at that whole situation and just, like, clearly somebody up in the group then fucked on somebody, or then got in their feelings and it made something difficult, rightfully so, because that's what it does. That's what it brings, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, you get attached, feelings, and then, like, so, and like, I don't know. So, like, I that's one of those things where, I've been looking into things like NoFap. And for fellas, if y'all don't know what NoFap is, ladies, if y'all don't know what NoFap is, it's basically when you're not jerking off, you're not having sex, you're not practicing ejaculation of any form, and it's supposed to give you more energy and, what I'm saying, make you more creative and things of that nature. So, you can look that up. You can Google that. Y'all can Google that if y'all want to. as a man, from a man's perspective, because I know, really and truly, like, men are ran by, a lot of men put their top priority as like getting pussy, getting ass, getting a piece of the pie, whatever. You know what I mean? So, um, and I mean, it's crazy. I done seen a lot of guys, and I used to be something like that. I've seen guys like really bad with the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like eat, sleep, and just crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, crave just like all the time. I'm just like, bro, like, you gotta change your fucking priorities, my nigga. Like, damn, you worried about ass like that? Like, that's why you just, you know what I'm saying? You do anything to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather it's lying, rather it's, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just want to get that. Like, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? And like J. Cole got a quote. And I think that's another thing about like the power of like listening to rap music and like niggas who rap and all this kind of shit. What you listen to, what you feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like J. Cole got a line where he say, I swear if niggas put as much time, basically he says it like, if niggas put as much time and energy and effort into a craft than they do chasing ass, by now you'd be famous and rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the time and energy and effort that you spend into like, oh, I'm trying to get this bitch to come over and fuck with me. I'm trying to smash this chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get with this chick. Then after you get with that chick, man, I'm trying to get with this chick, man. You know what I'm saying? It's every weekend. It's the same shit. You know, and like, the energy, the time, the effort, the money. You know what I'm saying? That goes into doing all of that shit. If you redirected that shit and put that into learning something that can benefit you or make you some extra cash or learn you a new skill or something of the sort, you know what I'm saying? You'd probably have better success than you have, you know what I'm saying, in life. In a lot of cases, I feel like. So, I mean, this is just like kind of a little talk, I guess, for the men, just me and my thoughts. For the men, for the women, whatever, whoever could use it, whoever listening could hear it, or whatever. But I don't know. Well, I guess at the end of the day, what I would say, be careful, because I've reached a point to where, you know, I think when you at a point in time in a man's life, he's at a point where it's like, okay, he feels like, or well, he feels like he can sleep with just about anybody. And I'm not saying that like I feel like I can sleep with Rihanna kind of shit, but it's kind of like, I think a man's like, yeah, it's nothing happening, or it's no backlash to if I fuck this chick or if I sleep with this chick. It's nothing like, you know, gonna happen, or they don't foresee the possible problems that, you know what I'm saying? Because truly, like, we already know, like, when you go up in a female, bro, it's like, if you did halfway decent and she enjoyed it, probably, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be some type of repercussions, backlash, feelings, emotions and all that kind of shit get involved. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta take I feel like as a man, you gotta know what you're doing, I guess, what you're working with, and like, take account for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you play a role in that, and rather it's like you gotta tell some females no, like, nah, I ain't moving like that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, and that's when I guess, when I talk about that, like, I feel like, dudes feel like they can just fuck anything with disregard. Like, oh well, man, we just fuck. You know what I'm saying? And like they always say, it's different for a female. You know what I'm saying? Like when they give, I ain't gonna say all females, but like, for some, when they get their bodies to you or whatever, da 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 da, they get involved in a couple of different ways or whatever. But I feel like more men need to become more aware of, those type of situations, because like I say, you never know what could or what could have come out of a group, or like this group right here, for instance, like just say, you know, I'm a guy, let's say I just went up in here in this group and I just went strictly for screwing the leader of the group or screwing some other girl in the group and blah 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 whoop de whoop de whoop. Like that's what I'm here for. Of course, I probably gonna fuck up some shit and cause a disturbance. You know what I'm saying? Now over here on the fella side, I'm be like, yeah, I banged her. She trash, or she was right, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and dude's gonna be like, oh man, that's crazy, that's crazy. I can't believe that shit, man. No, that's crazy, that's wild. But the girls, the girls about to blow you down on that side. So it's like, for the most part, unless it's just like one of those thotty ass situations, probably where it's like, oh yeah, girl, he that nigga, he got some shit with him. But then even still, it's like she probably ain't gonna want you fucking with none of the other folks in the group. So it's like you really gotta, as a guy, as a dude, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? We can't just move with every and anything, you know what I'm saying? In disregard to, like, cause like I say, my spiritual mentor told me the other day, she was like, if you in a situation where, and this is the level that I'm on, I ain't saying that everybody else on this level, and this is something that, like, this is like something that I would be like, oh shit, like this is next level for me right now. To get to this level is like that's this, man, that's real, you know what I'm saying? This is like deep shit for me, you know what I'm saying? So, my spiritual mentor, which is a female, she kind of explained to me. She was like, I was telling her about some things just the other day, just yesterday, whatever. And she was like, if you in a situation and you feel like, she was like, what governs you? What are the laws that you follow? Like, what governs your life? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the Bible, clearly. Um, and she just kind of was telling me, she was like, yo, like, if you in a situation where you dealing with a woman and that woman, like, you can't assume position over that woman's life, like that's not, like, I'm like, everything that woman comes with, rather it be kids, rather it be she ain't got a job right now, rather it be, she don't know how to cook, or shit, she don't know how to do that, or she do this too much, or whatever the fuck. Like, if you in a position where you can't, like, and I think this all go back to managing, managing, managing over a woman. You know what I'm saying? She was telling me that women, and like, whoever you are on the other side, y'all listening, y'all can feel free to think or disagree with this if y'all want to. But she was telling me that, women kind of got a natural knack for leadership in a man and things of that nature. And she was like, if you in a place where you can't really manage that woman, basically, like, you can't assume full responsibility over that woman, as far as like taking care of her, you ready to basically put your life on the line for that. You know what I'm saying? She was like, you really need to, like, not fool with that woman on some shit. Because, and the reason, because she was saying, basically, because you basically are gonna turn into the guy that she was trying to protect herself from. If she's a woman who's been hurt and stuff like that. Like, women, I'm pretty sure, are out looking for guys that, they trying to stray away. Like, once a woman has been hurt and shit like that, I'm pretty sure she's like trying to stay away from the kind of guy that hurt her. You know what I mean? Like, she don't want to go back down that road. She don't want to feel that pain again. Totally understandable. Like I say, so if you not, so she was getting to the point to where she was asking me, she was like, you know, has it ever been whatever a situation, or something that you just you passionate about, a woman that you felt like you would really like die for on some shit, and I was like give your life for or some shit, and I was like, nah, this is deep for me because on a number of different levels, because I feel like I didn't have anybody except for like one time in my life that I felt that strongly about, and it was like a natural. It was like a for me. It was It was like a. It was. It was just the first time I ever really just felt like, okay, I am her protector, bro. Like I do not want anything to harm this person. Like I don't want anything to disrespect her. Like, and most definitely that shit was earned over years. You know what I mean? And I would say this is my ex, but but she was like the only person I like got to that point with. Like I was like, I don't have that relationship with my mama. Of course, I don't want anything to happen to my mama and my sister and all of that. And of course, I protect them and stuff like that. But when we talk about in terms of giving my life for them, uh, I don't. I like, and disagree if you will, but and I have a reason for why I feel like I wouldn't just give my life for my mom or my sister, or just some chick that I like and I care about a great deal about. And for me, my reason is, I'm not really to just be in the business of placing value on a person's life or anything of that nature, but I feel like in a way the situations I've been in, I got more to live for. I feel like if I'm guided by the Bible, or I'm governed by the Bible in a way, I feel like I have a better chance of impacting the world than that person I'm gonna die for do. So I don't feel like I would die for that person. Does that make any sense? Like like and I can't say it with a son or a kid or anything because I ain't got none. I ain't got none yet. But like I feel like the work that I'm gonna do, or the people that I'm gonna inspire, the things that I'm passionate about, and the change that I want to attempt or try to bring to the world. Uh, you know what I mean? I feel like I won't die for somebody who can't like pick that up, and or I feel like do a better job than me, or do just as well a job as I feel like I would do in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but then again, it could be just like I say, me and my ex had a long, great relationship. She showed me a lot. You know what I'm saying? She showed me she she did a lot of things for me. She was a great person. So um, she knew me on a deep level. I knew her. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. But hey, man, hey, it's a podcast. If you got any questions, any anything you want to talk about, anything you want to address, any subjects that you want to want me to speak on, or anything like that, feel free to message in. You can message in through the app. You can comment on Spotify or iTunes. I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure. I have to go check, but I know you can message in on this app, and I can have your questions on the actual episode, and I can answer and I can answer those questions and, give you feedback and we can have a discussion about it. So, you know, I guess that's just some thoughts from me today. Um, at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know. Just like I say, I know a lot of fellas, you know, we don't oftentimes think of the aftermath. We just be thinking of what we trying to do and what we trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Decent, as I would say, most times a decent dude or a decent guy, a decent fellow. You know, he probably gonna try to take some kind of consideration in the. Okay, now, I heard Wale say one time, when I go in, because when I go inside, you gonna go insane. And I mean, this is a little bit of truth to that. So, like I say, instead of just, with your little pencil pointer, just bing, 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 you know, sometimes I think we got to take responsibility for the aftermath of what happens after we sex on a chick or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? What that situation gonna be like? How vulnerable is that female? So forth and so on. A lot of shit goes into that, I think. And me just being in a group full of guys, you know, it just shows me, no matter, guys can be very intelligent and struggle with that. Guys can be very rich and struggle with that. Guys can be very spiritual or very very whatever. Guys can come from all walks of life, you know what I'm saying, and deal with that kind of thing, I feel like. So, like I say, message in or whatever. Or like if you got anything that you want to discuss over the show, anything you feel like you want to hear me kind of discuss and talk about, feel free um, to hit me up or message in to the Anchor app or in the comments or whatever, however. So till next time, I'll holler at you guys and nothing but positive vibes and good energy you guys' way. So peace out.